Hey, what's going on, everyone? Mtashed here. Oh, wait, this isn't my video. This is the RGH podcast. What the hell am I doing? Today, we are going to be doing a juicy episode of RGH. We've got some spicy topics. We've got some drama, kinda. We have some big news in gaming. We have some, honestly, kind of out of left field, out of nowhere game reveals that are, potentially game changers. I don't know yet. We'll see, I hope. Very excited.
Depends on whether or not they sponsor a video, then it's a game changer if they do. Just
if they sponsor us, then they're good. That's true. So let's get started right off the top with my favorite thing to talk about: Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact just had
that he finally could talk about. So he finally has some knowledge on.
I know.
Obviously, big stuff happened in Genshin, and it was trending, huge trend. Like, people forget how big this game is. Like, it was trending. The hashtag Genshin Impact had like 215 or 250 like thousand tweets, and it's like Destiny 2 as a new season launch. It's like 3,000 tweets. It's like,
right.
This is like a huge. Well, of course,
massive.
I clicked the hashtag Tash.
How much nudity did you see?
No! There was some plump anime booty. There was some sus anime booty out there.
Dude.
Let me tell you, I did some deep research on this hashtag, and I might be getting back into Genshin Impact. That's all I
do your research, bro.
Right? New characters, Rosaria. Yeah, no, they make them right in Genshin. They make them right.
Yeah, those Genshin fans
are
thirsty.
Every artwork, it's just like, hey, I drew this person, doing chores, and it's like they're in a G string, and that's it. It's like, what? Whoa! But I'm not complaining. let me just say that. So they just had their 2.0 launch. This has been 9 months in the making. Everyone's known about the new region called Inazuma from the start. And one of the characters, Ayaka, I knew about her before I played Genshin. So that's how long she's been like leaked. She's been out there. People knew about this character before I even played the game. I've known about Ayaka. She's finally in the game. Her banner's out there. And there's a lot of hype in the community because it has been, pretty dry, unfortunately. The hype for Genshin is massive. And, it is a lot of mini games, and there hasn't been a lot of content for a long time. And so now that the region is launched, there's a ton of exploration. People seem very happy. But there's actually 3 more islands to Inazuma that aren't even in the game. So currently, it seems like people are pretty darn happy, but there is more to come, I believe, in the 2.1 update, kind of like 6 weeks from now. Don't know for sure, hasn't been confirmed, but there is more happening. New characters launched, quests, chests, weapons, like literally anything you could dream of. And if you haven't played the game in a long time, the main character just got a new element, Electro, really, really strong. So if you do want to dabble, could be a good time to get back in.
And that's electricity?
Yeah, it's electricity.
Oh, they didn't have that? It was fire, ice.
Well, there still was Electro, but the main character could only be Anemo.
So do you remember when you first start out? You probably only remember playing the Anemo, the wind.
Yeah.
When you first start the game, yeah.
But today they had like some sponsored streams going on. So like Saikuno, he was one of the people that was playing with Disguised Toast for Among Us. He's got 3.6 million followers. He was playing. He had like 20,000 something viewers today. There's a couple other big streamers. Who was the other really big one? Anyways, tons of people. They're throwing money at it. And, as you said, it's trending. But the big thing is every single trailer and video that they put out. So they did like Inazuma hype trailer, the Inazuma reveal, Ayaka, every single one was in the top 5 for trending for gaming every time they posted. So like,
wow.
And they just pop off. A lot of them, like the Ayaka trailer was like number 1 for a bit. And so they definitely do have that hype. They get like 3-4 million views in the first day. That's how much hype there is for Genshin. Yeah, it truly is.
The player base is enormous.
It's such a bigger game. Like, it's kind of crazy how much of a bigger game it is than like Destiny.
It's like a Fortnite-y type size game. Like even if you look at the trends when it first popped off, not quite as big as Fortnite, but if you look at Google Trends, like at any one moment in time, if you Google any game against it, it probably is bigger. Like there's only a handful out there that are more popular. League of Legends is right up there with it, and League is huge. And they kind of dance and kind of trade depending on who's coming out. But that's
it. It certainly took them a hot minute to get this update out. Like for quite a while there, I remember like a lot of the player base, including yourself, you must have quit like 6 times. But even like other people were like, bro, like this limited time where you have something sweet, but then it goes away and you're back to nothing in the game. Like it's just not it.
Yeah. It's like 60 to 70% of my comments right now are like, hey, just jumping back in the game, because I think a lot of people were really bored. And I think if I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm pumped up. I've got some videos to make, but it's finite. Every chest you open is one less chest you're going to get to open. Every quest you do is one less thing you're going to get to do. There is no replayable content, and they didn't add any. So once it's gone, it's going to be gone, and people are going to be, they're going to be like, okay, I just had my hit of dopamine. Where is it? And then the crazy thing, and I don't know, no one else seems to be talking about this, but they're doing a bunch of events with this update. I think 4 out of the 5 are repeats. We've already done them. They are bringing back the tower defense that they did and they got rid of. So it's good to know that they are bringing some stuff back, but we already did that, and they're bringing it back with maybe a new level. And so it's like, are people going to be happy to see that, or are they going to be like,
well, a lot of the people probably never played it. A lot of the people that you just said, people are coming back. So, I mean, I never played any of those things. And I actually just started playing Genshin again on mobile. So I can maybe interact with those things for the first time.
That's fair. Yes.
It's kind of like what's going on in Destiny right now with Season of Heroes. What you're describing is the seasonal limited time Destiny events. Festival of the Lost for Halloween, the Dawning, where they come. It's generally the same thing. It's got some new additions. Maybe there's a new reward weapon or whatever, but you're baking cookies every year in the Dawning, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's like people who haven't done that, they can get the Glacioclasm. They're probably going to have a good bit of fun. But then you have like, especially for Season of Heroes or whatever it is right now, it's like the veteran players are like, holy crap, the same EAZ, right? The same European Aerial Zone we've had every year. But then the new players are like, cool, new shotgun, new area, this is dope, right?
Yeah, I never touched this before. This is exciting to me.
Exactly.
I mean, I liked the EAZ the first year. I genuinely did. I thought it was like a fun thing, going and fighting and then running around. Like it was good. It's just in the 4th year, it gets a little tiring. So.
It gets a little sus. So it's kind of just interesting. It's like the same thing of like these limited windows. But they keep recycling it with small changes.
But like the one thing I'll say about Genshin is like, it's funny. For every moment I complain, there's also another moment where I go, the potential. Like they do something and I see it and I realize, oh my goodness, like this game is cool, but could be even better. One of the quests in Inazuma, I don't want to spoil anything. Let's just say it's a prison break. You're sneaking in, going in, like it was such a great quest. One of the best quests I've ever done. And, it shows the potential and creativity of them. And I just hope to see more. I really hope to see more. I've also been playing their sister game, Honkai Impact. And they've done some things that it's like, bring that over to Genshin. It's repeatable content. You can do it every week. Bring that over. You got a better game. So,
Well, and you think about how much capital they have to have generated from that game. With how big it is, you got to imagine they have brought in some serious revenue. Like, hey, reinvest that.
You want to hear something wild? And I didn't learn this.
Before you continue,
No.
Can I say? to reply to True Vanguard, he's like, reinvest it. They are, but they're reinvesting it in just making new characters. Because that's the moneymaker. Like, I guarantee the people on top are looking at how much money they make every time there's a character drop, and that's they're just dialing the resources to that, right?
Right, but is that a sustainable model?
It's not, right? And it's like someone's got to tell them, hey, like, you got to have something to do with these new characters or else the hype will die out. But then again, you could argue, like, with these trends and stuff, that they're transcending it. Like, people are more interested in new characters that they can, like, draw fan art for than necessarily actually play with. Like, it seems like it's like transcended it.
There is a very big audience that they don't care about the content really. Like they are very happy just like doing the Serenity Pot, which is the housing system, and interacting with their cool characters and taking screenshots. Like
it's like Sims with new characters. Yeah.
Yes, dude. I'm the minority of wanting endgame and things to fight. But here's the crazy thing, and I only learned this because I started playing Honkai and just different people talking in the community. So there's like these little side stories that you can do in Honkai.
That's a big boy.
That's a big doggy. You got Kackis's dog is as big as he is. Jesus Christ. So in Honkai, they've got these side missions you can do, and it's kind of an open world. But as I was playing it, people were like, "Yeah, this is actually the groundwork for Genshin." They were testing to see if you could go from mission to mission and just stay in the open world without it switching. Because in Honkai, you go to a mission, beat it, go to another one, kind of thing, right? And so this was like the groundworks for testing it, and then they expanded on it. And it turns out that Genshin Impact was a $100 million gamble by MiHoYo. They did not have big plans for Genshin. They threw $100 million and a dev team at it, and they hoped for the best, and then it blew up. And they're like, oh God, this is 20 times more popular than our main game. And so they had so many people working on Honkai that they had to hire people for Genshin. And now, honestly, if you go and look at the Inazuma reveal, now I'm starting to get the idea, okay, they've got money and they're throwing it at this. They did like a whole, Activision reveal where there was like an orchestra. They brought in different artists and different like devs. It was very high production value compared to what they had before. So maybe Genshin starts picking up in the content, and instead of 9 months, it's 3 months. So, that's a gacha game that's doing good. But I know I've been talking for a long time. But do you want to Do you want to hear some drama about a gacha game that destroyed themselves in the first day?
We love the drama.
Okay, dude, this is wild. So there's this game called Punishing Grey Raven. I was really excited about it. It's very quick, fast, tough enemies. Like, it's kind of Dark Soulsy. And the first, 4 days went pretty good. And then they came out with a new event. And the new event, it's like a slot machine thing, and you get currency each day. Well, someone did the math and said, it is literally impossible to beat this event unless you spend money. And quite a bit. Like not just like $5, like unless you're spending quite a bit of money, you cannot beat this event and get the skin. And so people were kind of pissed. And then another post comes out on Reddit and it was like, wait a second, I just started looking at the rewards you get after missions. It's literally half of what the other servers get. And so everyone's like, wait, what?
No.
So people are going back and looking at old streams of people. They're looking at some other stuff. And it turns out that the black cards, it's kind of like a primo gem or the currency to get characters. Instead of getting 100 at the end of each mission, you get 50. So over the course of the campaign,
they weren't even trying to hide it.
Right? It's thousands of them. It's probably enough to get multiple characters in the game. And so everyone's like, what the hell is going on here? And then the final kicker, the $1 conspiracy. This one, it sent fire to the gasoline. In the shop, the battle pass is like 30 cards or rainbow cards or whatever, and it's like $6 or $5, right? But only on the global server, the pack that's the $5 is 28 cards. So they force you to buy another pack of like $1 in order to get the battle pass. And none of the other servers do that. You pay the $5, you get enough cards, you get the battle pass. And so everyone's like, why are you doing this? You're forcing us to spend another $1. And then in the official Discord, one of the mods just says, why are you all crying about $1?
Oh no.
Everyone lost it. Dude, the entire server was just going complaining. They had like the feedback server, and it was just going like, man, it's just $1. It's just $1. Copy pasta. It then got review bombed because it was in the top 10, doing really, really good. It went down to a 1.6 from like a 4.8, 4.9. Like, it was doing incredible. It went down to a 1.6 because people review bombed it. And then the final kicker.
Oh my gosh.
Because they couldn't get the server under wraps, they fired the guy. They fired them. One of the community managers stepped in and said, I'm taking control of the server. I'm shutting it down. We're going to redo the rules. We're going to redo everything. We'll bring it back online when it's ready. And they deleted the server. There's just like an announcement that says, hey guys, we shut down the server. You got 15 minutes to say your piece, and then we'll bring it back later.
This is why it is important to spend good money on good PR teams. Like, you have to have a team that is responsible to be outward facing and be as professional as possible. I can't believe that they would. I don't know. I want to know who made that call to make that comment. Well, why are you crying about $1?
I think it was just a mod, like one of the community mods or something. Like, I don't even know.
But the crazy thing is, so it's like, this is a game. It's a Chinese game, right? Developed in China,
I think, or Taiwan. It's one or the other, or maybe Korea. I don't know.
Developed in a different country. They bring it over to the global servers, and they're literally just charging you more. So it's like, if you live in Taiwan or China, where it originally came out, you pay $5, but then you got to pay, the equivalent of $6 in wherever else, and then like, yeah, you're earning less. It's like, why? Like, why would they be like, oh?
And the second you get greedy,
these North
everyone's
American
gonna notice.
Guys gotta pay more. It's like, why? It's like, you obviously have a good, successful model, and yeah, it's like people are gonna notice. Like, no one's just like, what was your plan?
And it's like, maybe I get the conversion rates, maybe for the dollar in the shop, maybe. Okay.
But you gotta explain that.
But also, you had to go into the code and be like, what are the rewards at the end of the missions? Half it. And it's like, why? Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. Why would you? We're still completing the same mission, and there's footage of people getting those rewards. Like, you can't hide that. Everyone's gonna figure it out. So don't be greedy. You be greedy and you lose. Every time, people will catch on. The internet is too smart.
Yeah, now your game is like, has a 1.6 stars, like you said. It's like, there you go. You just killed your hype. You killed a lot of potential customers. You probably lost more money than you gained by being sus with the dollar. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that's right.
So, I don't know why people do that. Like, why developers do that stuff. It's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy.
There's so much precedent that there's really no excuse for making mistakes like that now. Like, how many developers have made really bad choices, really greedy choices that are just completely bombed their sales and bombed their reputation? There's so much precedent out there. You got to know better at this point.
Yeah, but you see those dollar signs, and
yeah,
you know what I mean.
And like, maybe you milk the global audience because it's like Americans that have more money. But that's what one of the things is. One of the people that commented on the $1 thing, it's like, okay, I get it, it's $1, but in my currency, that's $7, and I'm on the global server. Like, that's my designated server. So it's not just $1, it's $7 for me. And like, I mean, that's a lot. That's a big decision. So, anyways,
the funny part is like, it's like a psychological thing. $1, truthfully, for a lot of people won't matter. But just the knowledge that knowing you have to pay $1 more than someone else for like no reason,
right?
That's sus. Like, if you were like, you went to the store, you went to Starbucks with your wife, let's say, and you ordered 2 of the same thing. I'll have 2 grande lattes. It was like, all right, for you $5, for you $6. You'd be like, what? You know what I mean? You throw a fit? It'd be crazy.
Yeah. And if I'm getting a Starbucks on a cruise ship and it's $1 more, I get it. Or like, if it's on the top of a mountain, like if I climb a mountain at the top, there's a Starbucks and they charge me $1.50 extra, I'll probably pay it. But
yeah,
you downloaded the game. It's the same game that everyone's been playing, and they're like, Anyways, let's move on from the gacha game BS. This one is actually really interesting. Steam just decided to launch a new console, hype it up. Yeah. There was no, I haven't heard any leaks about this myself, but
it was just like, by the way, bam.
Yeah. Pre-orders starting in an hour. The Steam Deck It is a handheld, which is cool. Seems to have pretty beefy specs overall, so you're going to be able to run all your games. Some decent memory, as well as interchangeable SSDs, I think you can put into it. And so you could, get, if you want 500 megabytes of storage or gigabytes of storage, put a bunch of games on there, you can. And it has access to your entire Steam library. So as long as you log into your Steam account, you can download the games and play them from anywhere. That is insanity.
Dude, Steam really went. Steam was really like, oh, you guys aren't doing Switch Pro? Like, all you have is that stupid new screen? We'll do it ourselves, baby! And just yeet it.
Seriously.
Like,
well, you gotta wonder.
Why do you have a Switch? Why do you have a Switch? Because you can take it on a plane. All right, okay? That's how everyone justifies owning an inferior console. Let's be honest, all right? Like, you have your Switch. You get to play Nintendo games. Yes, Mario Kart, Pokemon, great. Right? But it's like, it is way less powerful than all these other consoles. You buy it, you justify it because you can take it with you. The whole console you can play as a handheld. That's amazing. That is an incredible feature. The fact that now Steam can also do that, but with all of your PC games, you can play Skyrim, you can play Fallout, you can play maybe even an old Battlefield. Like, I don't know if like the newer Battlefields would run very well on it. Like, but there's so many indie games. Among Us, Terraria, Minecraft, the Viking one, right? I forget what it's called. But that, like, all that's gonna run perfectly on this thing. This is a huge deal.
Yeah, I have to imagine they saw a void. And they're like, listen, people keep complaining about Switch. Like, we can fill that void. Like, if they're not gonna step up to the plate, we capitalize on that.
Didn't the Nvidia Shield try to do this?
I don't even know what the Shield is.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
I mean, the fact that it's got Steam behind it, like Valve, it's just such a big company as well that it's like.
Yeah, well, that's why Nvidia, I don't think it worked. Is like, it's kind of awkward in your. But now, yeah, like you said, you get access to your Steam library. Mm-hmm. So right off the bat, everything that you've bought on Steam, you don't have to buy more games for this. Mm-hmm. You just re-download them on this, right? Like, because it's just already in your Steam library.
That's exactly right. Insane. The convenience factor there is just superb. Like, if you want to go from sitting down in my office playing games on Steam to saying, listen, I'm kind of getting tired. I just want to lay back on the couch with the Steam Deck and just pick up where I left off. You can just shut everything down, go upstairs, lay back on the couch, pull your Steam Deck. There you go. Take it on the road. Oh, I got to go to a family event and I just want to sit in a corner and be antisocial. I don't have to stop gaming. Take the Steam Deck with me. I think the convenience factor there's a lot to be said about that. And honestly, the only thing that would make somebody want to buy a Switch as opposed to a Steam Deck is just because you get the Nintendo exclusive titles. But at this point, Nintendo's got to keep pumping out titles that are good enough to justify the cost of paying for their crappy console. Like,
do you know what the other thing I was just thinking of is if you have access to your whole Steam library, wouldn't you also have access to Steamworks and mods? So it's like, play Skyrim at 30 FPS on the Switch, or play Skyrim on the Steam Deck with all your mods and lighting updates, 60 FPS, or I don't know what it runs at 120. Like, I don't know. But I think there's going to be a lot of games that, or do you want to play Doom, 2016 or Doom Eternal on the Switch or on Steam on this console? Probably on the more powerful console with the better graphics. And I guess my only concern would be, what does the battery life look at if it's running a little bit more beefy, beefy processors and all that stuff? But time will tell. Yeah. I don't know if there's a benchmark out yet.
Yeah, but like, again, it doesn't have to necessarily run like the most powerful. Like, yeah, it probably won't. You don't want to be playing Battlefield 2042 with this, right? But it's like all those like indie games that everyone loves. Yeah. That's like perfect for this thing. And a lot of those games aren't on Nintendo. Like, they aren't on the Switch.
Right. I mean, just the fact that you have that whole library, like I've got like 300 games that I haven't had a chance to play. Right. But I will play it on the plane or while I'm waiting for something.
Or if you travel potentially.
Yeah,
like
traveling.
Road trips, make the wife drive.
You could probably...
My man.
Play Destiny 2, honestly. Like, oh, a quest has come out. Oh, well, I'll just grab my Steam Deck, I'll play, and
That's
I'll beat it,
right.
I'll get the exotic. Like, it probably won't be ideal for like first-person shooters and stuff, but
You can
it's
play
pretty
in my
doable.
hot tub. Bro!
Oh, let's go, baby.
Amazing. All right, now let's move on.
But you know what?
What?
Just before we move on,
Yes?
baby, let me tell you, we got to give a huge thank you to our sponsor today. Actually believed in us, actually saw a podcast and was like, we want to give money to these people, and that is Manscaped. Now, let me tell you, we got to talk about the Performance Package 4.0. Now, hold on a second. I gotta go get it right here. This thing. Oh. Have you ever seen so much value in one place? Let me tell you. You got the nose hair trimmer. You got the new 4.0 razor. This thing's fantastic. We'll talk more about that. You got the crop reviver, crop preserver. Great little ointments for, you know what I mean? You can't just shave and expect to be good to go. This keeps everything smelling good, fresh. You got the crop revitalizer for the same thing, and you got this awesome carrying case. So that I actually have used a couple times. It is fantastic.
I used mine just this past weekend.
Yeah.
We did a little trip.
I can't hear you guys because I took out. All right. So yeah, huge thank you to Manscaped. You get a crap ton of stuff. Like, truly, you get a lot of different stuff. It's like worth it for the 4.0 Weed Whacker alone. Like, this thing's fantastic. It's got a little light. It's just the best. All three of us have been sponsored with Manscaped and use this thing. It's like pretty good.
Yeah, it's literally like, and it's waterproof. You just put it in the shower. It just sits right there, ready to go.
Completely waterproof. It's got a wireless charger, like great for traveling. It just like plugs right in. I probably shouldn't be saying this. I will. My wife was like, I actually used it a bit. She's like, it's just a fantastic razor. Like, I used it. It's like, so hey, tell your wife, honey. You can use it too. How can we not purchase this? This is a purchase for the household, right? It's not just for you.
And there's a link in the comments already.
Yes,
I believe that's the right one. It should give you 20% off.
Yeah, click the link or use code KackisHD20 because they took one look at me and they said, all right, well, if anyone's going to represent our product, it's the guy that can actually grow some hair. You know what I'm saying? It's this guy. And use code KackisHD20, you get 20% off. And I'm pretty sure like the 20% off applies to like sales. So like if there's like a sale, you can get it, and then you can get an additional 20% off too, which is absolutely wild. Great product. We all three use it. If you're not using, I'm telling you, one last thing I'll say, if you have like just a cheap, Gillette little trimmer, that's what I used to have. You don't know how much you're missing. Like, you don't know until you upgrade and try. You're like, oh my god, like,
what was I doing?
I'm not cutting myself. It's not like a war zone down there. There's like blood everywhere. It's like, so you know what I mean? You come out looking mangled. Like, no. Once you get this, you can't go back. Let me tell you.
All right. Speaking of can't go back, will the gaming world be able to go back to Warzone, Apex, Destiny, all these other shooters when Ubisoft officially releases their brand new FPS game, AAA title, Xdefiant. Tom Clancy's Xdefiant. They just have to tack on Tom Clancy. Like, if it's a shooter, Tom Clancy. Yeah, Tom Clancy.
Well,
they revealed a new shooter.
There's a reason, though.
Yeah, because it's Xdefiant.
Okay, first of all, it's XD, like Defiant, but it has like XD, like the emote. Like an emote, which is like, bro, I can't tell whether it's clever or super cringy.
Right.
I could tell whether it's like some executive being like, the kids love emojis. Like, what do the kids love? Emojis. Let's add one to the title. But the interesting part though is they're not just saying Tom Clancy's for no reason. It seems like it's a bunch of different Tom Clancy characters, right? Like, you have like Sam Fisher type characters. I think you have like some guys from the Division. I think I saw like one of like Division, like one of the Division like fire guys.
There's Division maps as well. Like there's literally downtown Dark Zone. One of the maps in the like the Holiday District.
Yeah, so it's like the reason they're putting Tom Clancy's on it so that they can have characters of like unbelievably iconic IPs. Like these are huge IPs. Like they can put a Rainbow Six character, they can put Fuse or Ash from Rainbow Six into this game potentially, right? If they wanted to. Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy's, all that stuff. You can have characters from that in this game. So it's actually a very smart idea.
Yeah, a lot of people were actually memeing on this title. I saw people memeing on it all over the place, and I was like, I'm kind of excited. I'm going to try this out. I mean, truth be told, there's been a lot of titles that they've had that have really flown under the radar, and unless you're a diehard fan, you probably missed them. Games like even Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which came out, 2 years ago? That was just maybe like a year and a half ago, actually, I think. Year and a half? Anyways, it came out at a bad time. Like, no one touched that game. I played it. Truth be told, I played it because I got a sponsored gig to try it out. I made some sponsored videos for him, but I actually was like, I should really like this. I mean, and I played a bunch of it, and I was like, man, nobody's playing this game, but it's actually really fun.
How was the shooting mechanics in that game? Like
it's first person.
But does Ubisoft have like good feeling shooting mechanics?
Well, they do Rainbow Six Siege, which is like one of the biggest first-person shooters ever.
Fair.
It's funny, like, you look at the comments and everyone's like, oh, Ubisoft sucks. It's like, bro, they make Assassin's Creed, like, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six Siege, like, even For Honor has a player base still plugging along.
Actually, a really good game.
The Division as well, relatively decent player base. Like, it's like, these are, like, heavy hitter AAA games that, like, have made a mark on gaming. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, not every game is going to be a banger, but it's like Ubisoft generally knows what they're doing. Like, I admit the shooting from the gameplay seemed a little wonky, but that's also because like they're still making it. Like, the game's not fully out yet. So I think it could be a big deal because it's like free to play. So there's no downside to try, right? It's like, hey, try it. If you like it, you keep playing it. If you don't like it, you don't have to play it. But like just being free to play, it's hard to convince your friend to spend $60 to try a game. It's really easy to convince them to just download it, right?
And hey, I'm playing this game. It's free. Hop on tonight. Just queue up to download now, and we'll play it tonight. Yeah.
I tweeted out, bro, this could be the next big thing if it has a solid anti-cheat. And I was so surprised by all the people being like, really? Do you really think this is going to beat Warzone? And I'm like, bro, so all you guys threatening to quit Warzone if they don't fix the cheaters, you're all just lying? Like, I thought you guys were going to say, this is it. Fix the cheaters or I'm gone. Like, well, it's funny. Be gone.
And people were saying the same thing before Warzone came out. Like, we already saw what COD BRs would look like. No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Blackout, another blackout. This is trash. Warzone's like the biggest game like ever.
That's right.
It's like, dude, if it comes out and has some solid mechanics, again, Ubisoft knows what they're doing. It's an iconic IP. They're gonna have iconic characters. If it can launch with a rock solid anti-cheat, that will be a big deal. Because like all these other gamers, like, get Tim the Tatman to go play Xdefiant for a day. And he's like, bro, I haven't seen a single cheater. Like, this is crazy. Like, they're going to say outrageous things during the stream. Like, bro, this is better than Warzone. I'm not killed by any cheaters. Like, it's because obviously they're frustrated as crap with the cheaters. So it's like, I feel like that is such a big thing.
Is this D Bendetto said, I think that this is a free-to-play live service cash grab for Ubisoft using recycled assets.
Well, it's a cash grab if it's free to play.
Skins after.
I know, but still, like, you don't have to spend anything on it.
In game development, this is what I've learned having friends in the industry and being close to that and kind of understanding a little bit more about the process. Games are not as easy as copy paste. They're not as easy as copy paste. You think about these assets that have been developed for multiple different platforms, for multiple different specs, and different rigs at the time, what was the relevant tech at the time. It is not as simple as copy paste. Coding in video games does not work like that. A game like this that integrates things from several different IPs, a lot of times made by different teams. It basically means you have to rebuild those assets from the ground up. yes, you have some world building that's already been established. Yes, these characters have been fleshed out, so you know what they're like. But you do have to code everything again from the ground up. It is not a copy pasta situation. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's like, why wouldn't they? Like, I can't imagine Ubisoft. Like, why would you start from the ground up with like new? Who's gonna buy a skin for like, you know, Edgar Finnegan, the Xdefiant character? Like nobody. Who's gonna buy a freaking Sam Fisher skin? Everybody, right? Like it's just so obvious that you incorporate these existing IPs. It's like, I just the thing is, it's like, it doesn't hurt anyone. It's free to play. Try it out. And it's not a bad idea. Like, you just have this free-to-play arena shooter where you're kind of bringing in your assets from these different games. It kind of reminds me of like an Apex Legends, right? Where they're bringing in these Titanfall assets into Apex Legends.
Question. Is this that Division game that got leaked?
No shot.
It's got Division. No.
No, we already know the
think so?
name. This is not Heartland. No shot.
No?
This is not Division. No. No shot. If it is, I'll cry.
I was just wondering, like maybe that was a code name kind of thing, you know? Like sometimes they do that.
No,
Because I hope not. I hope not.
It was Tom Clancy. It was like the Division Heartland.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this is like, I think, a different thing.
Okay. Now, will it survive with such a scattered IP? It's not Rainbow Six Siege. It's just like a bunch of them. It's like Super Smash Bros. Or are people gonna be like
FPS Super Smash Bros? Yeah, like that could be cool though. Like I don't know. I just am always like an optimist, and especially
It's free to play,
dude. It's free to play. That's
don't
why
knock
it's
it
like,
till you try it, I guess.
I don't get the people like this is like just a cash grab. It's like, bro, you can try it for 10 minutes, and if you don't like it, you've lost nothing other than that 10 minutes.
Right.
But it's like, whereas something like Anthem, if you didn't like Anthem, you wasted $60 or whatever on
That's
Anthem.
right.
Like that's a lot worse of an experience. Like so,
and I can totally get behind this movement where the game is free, the cosmetics you pay for. I can totally get behind that model. You know why? Because the only way people are going to buy the cosmetics is if the game is good enough to keep them coming back. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So you have to make a good game. If people are going to stick around and buy cosmetics for it, they have to at least enjoy the gameplay loop.
Exactly. And but the only problem is like free to play games is the cheaters, and we've had, you know, they've infested Destiny 2, they've infested Call of Duty Warzone, they're in Apex Legends a lot, and so it's like all these new free to play IPs, like Halo Infinite is another one. It's like you got to have a good anti-cheat. Just like that would be the defining factor. If it doesn't have a good anti-cheat, then it's just another dime a dozen free-to-play shooter. And it's like, and then it's harder to compete because you have all this time you've spent in these other games. Like, am I really going to stop playing Warzone? I have all these unlocks, I have all these guns, and I have to start from scratch in this other game. And there probably is going to be a grind because it is a free-to-play game. Like, there has to be a reason to move over to this other game.
Fun. It's got to do something different. I mean, it has some potential, but we'll see. I mean, does it have an official release date?
Probably.
I didn't see. I'll look it up. Anyways, let's move on now to another new game studio making games.
Yeah.
You might have heard of this.
Netflix.
Was it just last week we talked about that, or was it 2 weeks? I don't even remember.
I think it was last week we talked about
last week?
It was just a rumor, though. We didn't know what was going on, but apparently it's been confirmed.
Yeah, so all we knew last week was that Netflix had hired someone on, and their official title was something along the lines of Assistant Director of Game Development. Which is, I mean, a telling title. I mean, it sort of...
Might have something to do with developing games.
Right on the nose there. So we're like, whoa, Netflix has a director of game development. They're going to be making games now, I guess. So they did actually come out and confirm it. They said, yes, Netflix will be offering video gaming in the future, mobile games that we're going to be developing that will be we're going to stream them, and they're going to be wrapped up in the cost that you already pay. It's part of your subscription fee. We're basically adding for no additional charge to what we offer with our product. So,
which is cool, but like,
the games have to be good, but
I'm so confused by this. Like,
I know.
Someone said it's like a Joe Exotic MMORPG. Yeah, like
Sign
you
me
go
up,
around
bro.
and capture
No.
tigers or something. Like
Oh,
it's
man,
like
it's
Zoo
like Goat
Tycoon, but
Simulator.
you're Joe Exotic Zoo
Yeah.
Tycoon. Like, dude,
Or-
it's so well.
Think
it's
about
so
Farmville. Think about Facebook and Farmville and these random games. The thing is it can be free to play, but you want to get more gems to craft more things.
Yes.
You're paying
Ugh.
Netflix that $1.
So you know all
Maybe.
those like there's like 40 billion like licensed, it seems like licensed Walking Dead zombie mobile games, and they're all like the same. It's like Last Stand, Walking Dead, whatever. It's like, is it gonna be stuff like that? Like, okay, so the mobile games part confuses me because I know you can get Netflix on your phone, but it's like a lot of people watch Netflix on a console or it's like a smart TV or something like that. So like, so if I go over to play this mobile game, is it like not even gonna work, or is it gonna be like kind of like a Genshin Impact where I can play it on my phone or I can play it on my PC, on my console, whatever?
Yeah, that's like the tough thing. Is it gonna be something that you use your remote control
what's
to
your
scroll
input
over?
device? Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's really tough to
Like,
say.
use your phone.
I brought this up last time. Yeah, like how am I gonna play this game?
If you're on console,
well,
I suppose controller.
Yeah, but like, what if I'm on a smart TV? I've got to like go get my. I mean, I guess they could say, listen, there's a Netflix app for your phone. It works perfectly well, and now you can select some mobile games on there. Like, okay, that's kind of cool.
And you just stream it from Netflix, I guess.
I guess. Like, it just seems so weird. It seems like it just seems a little weird. It seems a little sus.
It's
That's all I'm
definitely
saying.
weird. Well, I wonder who their target audience is going to be, because they have a wide variety of exclusives. They've got the exclusives that really attract like the people who like shows like The Crown, you know, like, oh, I want that drama. You know? Or they could go the other way.
RPG.
That's right. So who's the target audience? Or they have other exclusive titles like Stranger Things, Jessica Jones, Daredevil. You know what I mean? Like, they also have some really like gameable titles, gameable IPs that they own the rights to.
But
What's the direction they're gonna go? I don't know.
But that makes me like go back to what I originally thought it was, is that they're just gonna like license out their IPs. Like, come up with a good Stranger Things game. And then it doesn't have to be a part of Netflix. It's like weirder if it's a part of Netflix. It would make sense if they just sold a Stranger Things game.
Stranger Things, Dungeons and Dragons,
Let's do it, baby.
right? Or like stuff like that.
Dude, how sick would a Stranger Things game be? Is like your home base is like the normal, then you go to the upside down to go and kill stuff and kill demigorgons and get loot and stuff, and you have to like survive for a certain point, and you come back to the normal like right side up like world and stuff.
Hey, could you mute Cactus's mic before he gives away any more of this amazing idea? We need a patent. we gotta patent this.
I want 1% of the revenue.
Interactive Black Mirror stuff where it's decision based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of things we have we learned nothing basically. We know nothing.
We have more questions. We're like, but how? But why?
I'm more confused with this clarification that they'd be making mobile games than I was before.
Yeah. Speaking of new games, I guess we'll segue like that. New World, new MMO, doing an open beta right now. Apparently, if you buy the game, you can get a code, or if you have one subscriber more than Kackis, because he couldn't get a code.
You'd think
you could play New
World.
World.
1 million subscribers, you get a beta code, but if you work with a certain company that I'm not going to say that because of non-disparaging possibly in the contract, then you just get no sponsorship opportunities, unfortunately. So that's just where I'm at.
New World, though, had 700,000 viewers at one point today. There's a bunch of people streaming it right now. We've got Shroud streaming it. He's got like 35,000 viewers. Asmongold currently has 20,000, but I believe he's on his Zach Rar, which is his second account. When he was streaming it earlier on his main account, I believe he actually had more. And the views have definitely gone down because, you know, it's been multiple hours into the game. I think people really wanted to see what is this game about. And overall, it's getting some pretty good hype. You know, everyone's been kind of hoping for a new MMO, and New World is one of the heavy hitters, definitely in the genre. It's new, has quite a bit of money behind it. You can see now with all the success, I'm guessing they're going to have even more money behind it with people buying the game. But one thing, apparently, it's frying people's graphics cards.
The 3090s specifically, right?
Yeah,
Apparently.
for some reason, the most expensive graphic card in the
That's
world.
right. So if you sprung for that 3090 and it got toasted, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah,
like Glad didn't like.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like, can he not even play any more games? Is he or like do you just have to restart or like?
No, his graphics card is fried. He needs to get a replacement graphics card.
Oh, that
PC doesn't work now.
So this
right.
game costs him $3,000, basically, or whatever this new graphics card costs.
And whatever he lost in income, he would be making streaming right now while he's waiting on a replacement.
Yeah, that's
and
not
for the
good.
next
Like,
few days, if depending on luck and getting a new graphics card.
I mean, the good news is that not many people have these graphics cards, like other than streamers. The bad news is that it looks like it's like you're watching someone like Glad play this game, and then suddenly he can't play because it fried his graphics card like that.
Right.
That doesn't look good. And then you're probably, even if you don't have that graphics card, like, are you gonna play the game that fries graphics cards? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like I might just wait a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
it's terrifying, and like I feel you're not gonna get warranty on that because they're gonna be like, how do we know that was the game that did it? How do we know it's not your computer? Shorting it. Like, they're not gonna give you any money back for that. You're out $1,000 depending on the card you have. So,
Yeah, I think I think it's like, aren't they 1,900? Well, it depends on where you get it from. I think you can get it for like 1,500.
It doesn't matter how
It's
much
a lot of
they are.
money.
They fried your graphics card. That's the issue here. Like, that's
It's a lot of money.
The crazy part is like, so he is streaming. He's just on an old rig. Okay, but the crazy part is that other than that, the game has apparently been quite good. I've heard positive things about it.
Goth is loving it. I know that much. He's tweeted about how much he's loving it like 12 times since it came out.
I've seen way more positive than negative myself, but I just don't know if I want to play an MMO. Like, I kind of do, but
the entirety of Amazon Game Studios is
It rides on
hinged
this, yeah.
on this one game, because every other Amazon Game Studio game has Crucible went
Lord of the
back
Rings
into beta or something that we've never seen before,
Yeah.
and then died. They got rid of it. They canceled the Lord of the Rings MMO. It is New World. They have literally every single egg in the Amazon Game Studios basket is in New World. So like, it better be good.
yeah.
Better be a banger.
Now, we've got about 10 minutes left. Let's move on to a few of the spicy topics. This just in, apparently Activision Blizzard is getting sued.
This is actually kind of nuts. This
is
news
breaking,
broke
like,
tonight, like 10 minutes before we went live.
like half an hour ago.
Yeah, so Blizzard Activision is being I gotta get that right. Activision Blizzard, right? That's the right order.
Sure.
Activision Blizzard is
is
being sued by California, the state of California, their Department of Fair Employment and Housing. So apparently, according to the news that broke tonight, Activision Blizzard has kind of got a reputation for having what they call a frat boy kind of an environment. And there's been some, there's apparently been a lot of cases of sexual harassment. There's been reports of inappropriate hands-on activity that happens in some of their activities that they do. On top of that, which is already really, really bad for them. On top of that, apparently there's a direct correlation between how long someone is employed there and how much they're being paid. There's a direct correlation between those factors and your gender. So females at Activision Blizzard, according to the state of California, females at Activision Blizzard are they're terminated much sooner and they're paid a lot less. So, yeah, it's not looking good. Add that to the pile of grievances people have with Activision Blizzard.
And this isn't a twit longer. This is the government is suing you. Like, You're
Yeah,
in
like-
for a battle because the government's not going to be like, all right, here's Stu, our lawyer. Like, it's going to be Bezos's lawyer robot coming in.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like, and you know, yeah. So Activision's got to get it together, and I mean, like it's like, dude, everything we've heard about this company. I wonder if it's like more Activision or more Blizzard or both. Because it's like, no wonder you've got a toxic work environment. You're probably like living by the seat of your pants. Any moment, Bobby Kovacs is gonna fire you and give you a battle pat or a battle.net gift card and send you on your way. See ya, dip, you dumbass. Like, here's your $50 battle.net gift card. You're fired.
Hey, at least it's not $20 from Nintendo, right?
Exactly.
It's $50.
Oh, especially if you're a woman too. You get a $15 battle.net gift card for that. It's like, dude, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And
so on top of the sexual harassment, the list of grievances that they're actively being sued for is unpaid wages, pay adjustments, back pay, and lost wages and benefits for female employees. That's a long list.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe there's like a law going in play, or like there's a question of this woman worked at your place X amount of hours. You treated her like a contractor without benefits, but she should have been a full-time employee. Or, I wonder if there's some things going on there too with how they like allocated their funds and like allocated their employee. Like, did they treat them like contractors, or I don't know. Did they terminate them at 3 months right before they would get benefits? You know what I mean? Like, are they doing some really shifty stuff there?
Probably.
I don't know.
Like,
well,
right?
just seems
3 month
shifty in
contract
general.
right before you get benefits, they boot you.
And beyond just shifty stuff, apparently, according to a couple of different articles that I read, and this is like, I don't want to just sell this as drama. Like, this is actually a big deal. This is honestly some pretty tragic stuff. But apparently, one of the things that pushed this case over the edge, sort of a tipping point, there was a female employee who committed suicide. It's a big deal, right? It's a big deal on a business trip where her supervisor expected things from her and brought some things with him that made that explicit. And that's what led to that. So horribly tragic stuff. So I would definitely keep an eye on this story and
I didn't
see
know
where it
about
goes.
that.
yeah, that's one of the main things. And I think some of the things that they're also talking about, I'm just like looking, it might be beyond just the sexism stuff is the focus and the discrimination is the focus. But like you said, Tash, it's like I think they're investigating other claims that just applies to everyone, like treating everyone terribly, terminating people without reason, all that stuff. So it's like, listen, Bobby Kovac had to get his $100 million. He doesn't care, how what is that terminology? Like, he doesn't care how it happens, right? So,
Right.
It's
The
pretty
ends
wild.
justify the means, kind of a thing.
Like,
To him.
yeah.
Um,
It seems like really, really like bad and just a toxic environment there. And so, not good at all. I really do wonder. I it's hard to tell. This just came out, so it might say, but we haven't been able to see it. But again, is it mainly Activision or is it mainly Blizzard or is it both? Because it matters quite a bit, because what we've reported on in previous episodes is that kind of Blizzard is getting very fed up with what Activision is doing. And so if Activision is coming in and they bought Blizzard and they're the ones with the extremely toxic work environment and that's bleeding over into Blizzard, like, that could be even like exacerbate this problem even further. Like, could we even see a split of these two companies? Could we see a mass exodus from one of these companies? Like, that's going to be really interesting.
Right. One of the other spicy topics, I was going to roast Pokemon Unite because we were kind of talking about it. And we're like, all right, Pokemon Unite, new mobile game, pretty cool. I was really excited about it, honestly. But it's on the Nintendo Switch. And we were kind of talking, it's like, I will never touch that game just because I'm scared I'm going to stream it and get my channel taken down by Nintendo.
Right.
Like, it's like they're going to just shut it down. Are you going to host a tournament and they're going to not allow you to host a tournament because it's a Nintendo game?
Dude, there's zero chance of me playing or uploading a Pokemon Unite video because, like, I'm gonna get copyright claimed by Nintendo
and for Pokemon. Like they're gonna double dip
their game. Yeah, it's like no, thank you. And it's like Nintendo, this is what you're doing. Like I'm literally like afraid. I would never upload a Nintendo game. It's just like too risky at this point. If you have some background music of the game, if you have like music that was playing in the game, they'll get you for that. It's crazy.
Yet, that being said, as we are about to roast it, it is the 5th most watched game right now on Twitch.
Of course it is.
Just behind League of Legends. It's above Valorant. And I mean, it's got 111,000 viewers. And so it's doing pretty good. Granted, a lot of them are from Ms. Kiff. I'm a Cutie Pie, who's one of the biggest League of Legends streamers, AD Carry. It's just like, will this game have legs? Or will the overlords at Nintendo hold it back? Because, you know, with a company like Riot and League of Legends, they want to have the World Series and tournaments and all this stuff. But Nintendo, it's like, hey, we just want to have a friendly community tournament. We're going to LAN. And they're like, nope, it's not on the Nintendo servers. It's not happening. Nope. Yeah, shut it down.
I mean, like, exactly, because, like, how, like, a MOBA, it's all about the competition. Like, how are you going to have a MOBA that has, like, no tournaments because Nintendo's never heard of a tournament before? Like, how, like...
No, I know.
How are you going to do that? Or, like, didn't Nintendo pull out of E3? They're like, Twitch can't co-stream the Nintendo E3 announcements because we're such little... idiots about like, dude,
pulled out of Twitch pulled out of doing their thing because their partnered streamers couldn't co-stream it. They're like, well, then what's this all been about?
It's like, so Nintendo, how are you gonna have a MOBA if you don't even let it be like? Are they gonna like go out? Like Twitch can't host it. Like seriously, would Twitch be able to host a Twitch Rivals tournament? Like, would Twitch be able to host a big event? Like, or is Nintendo gonna be like so sus about it? I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
Was there any more spicy topics we want to hit on, or was that the main ones?
I think those are it for the main one. Let's do a little bit of After Dark. I can't stay that long, but we definitely have a little bit of time for After Dark. So, guys, what we do in After Dark is up to you guys, the chat, to ask us questions, and we'll answer them. We obviously prioritize members, so if you want to become a channel member, Tash is going to be posting a link in the description. You can get access to our dope emotes and support the channel.
Sorry, so we can pay. Our Discord is frozen for some reason on the stream. 1 second here.
So
see if I can get it up.
Yeah, so we can pay for we can pay for our editor to upload highlights a day before the new episode goes live. And throw a little shade there.
Oh no. Let's try this again.
Are you frozen?
TV and I are both frozen for some reason on the Discord.
And I'm still good, baby. We're taking over. It's the KackisHD show, baby. These idiots are frozen. I'm good to go. And we're just gaming here. Listen, I'm taking over. Wait, can they hear you? Can chat still hear you?
Well, I hope they can hear me. They better be able to hear me. Oh, wait, we got it. Yo, we got it back. There it is. We're back, baby. We're back, baby. Okay, we got it. See, you gotta have one tech problem if I'm the one in control.
Stream.
Every time.
That's right.
All right, what do you think about the Warden of Nothing GM? Didn't play it, haven't done a GM in months.
Warden of Nothing's easy because you can bake the boss immediately on spawn, even in GMs, and it's not hard to do.
I don't think it's worth farming, though. Like, all these people are like, oh, get on there and grind gems. It only takes 16, 17 minutes. It's like, that Inverted Spire takes 12, and you can completely turn your brain off, right?
Can you even get an upgrade at this point, like Kackis? Like, can you get an exotic to drop that'll be an upgrade even?
Well, it's not about that. It's just the first week that the Adept Uzume has been available, right? The Adept Sniper Rifle.
Which is good, because it can get Adept Big One spec, and it can get, like, triple tap Vorpal. It's like, if you want to do it, but if I was to recommend to people who don't usually play GMs, it's probably better to wait until it's selectable, and the sniper is available, and you can just... Like, I
There's
don't like...
There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, it's like I'm kind of running out of stuff to do here in Destiny.
Totally.
So it's just a thing to do. It's a thing to do.
I just don't like the people who are like pretending it's like, oh yeah, it's super easy. I just played with my 3 buds that I always play Grandmasters with and threw on the most cracked loadouts you've ever seen, and we did it. It's like, bro, a lot of people can't do that. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like a lot of people, the better solution is to wait. That's just what I think. I just think it's like, it's still not that efficient.
Yeah. Oh.
Efficiency aside, it's still a fun strike, I think.
It's not terrible, no. It's fine. Again, like, I've been pounding them out in like 15 minutes. Like, I can do it. I'm just like, I recognize that, like, there's certain areas, like the diffuse the mines, where if you're not really good, you're going to get clapped.
Mm-hmm.
I have something that I wanted to bring to the table.
What?
Someone reminded me in chat. Guess who got a couple mil to get themselves in a video game?
Is this the Raid Shadow Legends thing?
Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Ninja.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Ninja got added to Raid Shadow Legends. They did a whole commercial. They had him stream the game. They made a ninja character with his face superimposed onto a character. He's got his own skill set. He's in the new faction. I want to know how much he got paid. $1 million? 500,000? 200,000? Was it 2 million? I don't know what it was.
I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't that much of a flat fee, but he got like a percentage of like when people like got or bought his character or something. Like
the thing is everyone gets the character for free after 7 days. So it's like a big marketing push to get people to play the game, because like, hey, my character's free. It's a legendary. Play the game, you get it. I don't think they've ever given away a legendary character for free that I know of.
Not for free.
Yeah, just for logging in for 7 days. It's not 30 days or 60 or 90.
And
it's
think about
7.
that, Tash. You play Raid Shadow Legends. You played Raid Shadow Legends for our entire trip. We tried to go on vacation, and instead of spending time with me, or even spending time with your wife, you were playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Yes.
And they don't put your ass in the game. They don't talk to you. They go to Ninja. They go.
I had to fight the clan boss. Like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
You're gonna get kicked from the clan if you don't listen, Kackis. I know you don't understand this, but the clan boss is a group effort, and if you don't put in your work, you're gonna get kicked from the clan. It's a big deal.
If you had friends, you would know.
I don't, obviously.
Bro,
listen,
that hurts.
I think it's an interesting move. I wonder though, like, and I don't want to seem like I'm mean to Ninja or anything. I just wonder, like, it's kind of a weird. Like, Ninja just isn't as big as he was now as he was, like, back in the day. I feel like there were, like, bigger streamers.
Like Shroud?
Like, do a Shroud character. Maybe he said no. Like, I don't know. But it just kind of seems like when you think of a big streamer, you do think of Ninja still. But I just wonder, like, why they went with him. Again, maybe he was the only one who said yes. Like, I don't know. But he just kind of... I just don't know.
You know, the other thing too is like Ninja's been on a couple different TV shows now. He's in that Free Guys movie, or that whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So does he have more like global brand recognition? And so they're just like, hey, people have heard of Ninja. He's in the game. Check it out. Maybe also a younger audience to play Raid. Like there could be a lot of factors there. It's really tough to say. Sure. But he probably got bank. Raid Shadow Legends has a lot of money. They're in the top 10 grossing games at any moment in time. And they have been since it launched. So they're making mills.
A lot of people meme them. But they made a good game, and a lot of people play it.
I will say, as someone who doesn't do mobile game ads, I meme them almost rightfully so, because I feel like they went so far with the ads. Not to say that it's like a bad game or anything, but it's like you kind of get that diminishing returns effect where it's like people see so many Raid Shadow Legends ads, they get annoyed by it. It's like, okay, it's too much. It's enough already, right? It's like you pushed too hard you're turning people off of your brand almost. And that's why something like this,
Maybe.
it's no, not maybe. It's 100% a factor.
Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe on that. I don't agree with you on that. But go ahead.
I see a Dr. Squatch ad
The
every
marketing
day.
degree here. Me, I'm telling you, it's a real thing. It's a real phenomenon. If you advertise too much, you turn brand recognition into resentment because people get annoyed by it. It's like you just see it too much. And that
Sure.
I'm trying to give them a compliment. I'm saying that's why what they're doing here, it's very different. It's like this is hey, ninjas in the game. It's like it's not your bog standard Raid Shadow Legends ad. It's like something totally new. It's a great idea. Honestly, they should have done it sooner.
Right. And I'm not saying that what you're expressing doesn't happen. I'm not saying that, but I will tell you this. I've worked directly with Raid Shadow Legends folks multiple times now. And they've always been great to work with. And one of the things that I genuinely know is that even when it comes down to just even my individual channel, think about how many people they have out there making ads. When it comes to my individual channel, they tell me, look, we got this many hits on your download code. That's how they measure the success of these advertisement events. And that's why they keep coming back to it, because they see the code getting used, new players getting registered and using those giveaways and playing their game. So they are while two people may be turned off by hearing that ad one more time, 10 people chose to download the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but what I am saying is that they have definitely been gauging how much it helps, and that's why they continue to do it.
Could be. Yeah, it's like, but like someone in the chat's like, dude, like I haven't played it because it's just like I see it so much. I'm annoyed by it. Like I just auto skip it every single time, right? You got your Twisted Tea there. Like that's just what I'm saying. I'm saying this is a good idea. This is what brands should be looking towards instead of just airing the same ads on YouTube like every time. Like
Spice it up, get some new...
Sponsoring is a good idea. This is a great idea, having a ninja character. It's like, do some different things, right?
I mean, we're talking about it right now, giving free advertising, because it's like, they did something so random and weird.
Yeah. Exactly. I would want like advertisers to do this type of stuff more often, like these unique things.
Yeah. A few people in chat asked what I was drinking tonight. Yeah, so now it's a homemade mojito, mint leaf, some lime juice that I squeezed the limes myself. My wife got me a citrus juicer recently, so I've been using that. Been squeezing my own limes for juice, and I actually use a little bit of blue curacao in my recipe too. Gives that nice, pretty look.
Fancy. Damn, something I might actually want to drink for the first time you're mentioning.
Come on over, my man.
Invite me over.
On my way, brother.
Brethren. All right. Any other questions from our chat? Okay.
What are your thoughts on Rainbow Six Extraction? Yeah, that's like the zombie version of like Rainbow Six. That's like another thing. I'm like, Ubisoft is like co-branding the crap out of their stuff.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, like that's a whole different standalone game, isn't it?
I don't know about this.
I actually haven't heard of it. But
yeah,
co-branding.
I mean, the Rainbow Six people are obviously really into it because Rainbow Six is such a big game, and then you can have some of the same characters, but it's like a zombie apocalypse, like Extraction style game. I think it looks kind of cool from what I've seen, but you know.
Rapid fire, really quickly, in the last minute here. Are there any games that have been hinted, projected, released that have your guys' attention? Has anything changed since the E3 stuff?
No, because I don't get any sponsorship opportunities, so I don't get to play anything.
Yeah, but like, are there games you're excited to play?
Yeah. Battlefield 2042.
Still up there, definitely.
Like the next kind of big thing I really want to play.
Yeah.
And
but I will say, in terms of new things that we've learned about, this Xdefiant game from Ubisoft has my attention. I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, same. That's like another one, easy to try out for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a little bit slow. Like the games like New World and stuff, it's just like I'm not super interested in. Ashes of Creation, it's like another MMO, and it's like, I don't know. There's nothing on my radar other than the E3 stuff. I feel like it's just coming in waves.
Oh, someone did say that Harry Potter game. That kind of looks kind of sweet.
I can't support a Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling is trash. I can't do it. She's a trash human being, and I just refuse to support Harry Potter in any.
Beyond all that, I just never had any interest in Harry Potter. I grew up on Lord of the Rings, and so when Harry Potter came out, I was like in the middle of reading all my Lord of the Rings stuff as a youngster, and I just had no interest in it.
You're a Harry wizard.
I love Harry Potter. You guys are bugging, dude. I think that.
Do you know what? That's a good time to call it. Thank you so much for coming in. This has been the.
Well, there has been. It's interesting. Like there has been a kind of growth in like those like spellcaster games, in the void of like having a proper like kind of Harry Potter game, right? Like, didn't you guys play one? True Vanguard. I remember you played it where like you could
a spell break.
Yeah, you could like cause destruction. Like that, you're just a mage and you're casting all these spells.
Spellbreak was a really fun BR. I loved it.
I feel like they should take those assets and make some sort of like MMO type game. The art style and like the world, like it looks really cool. The cell shading.
Yeah.
I feel like you could do a bunch of quests and it would be really fun gameplay. Like I would love to level up my fire mage and take out some bosses and stuff, but.
Yeah, but like those kind of aspects, but in like the Harry Potter, very established world, it's got a ton of lore, it's got a ton of interesting stuff.
It won't do that. They're gonna go, Flipendo! I'm gonna lift up this book. Yeah, Wingardium Cosimosa Cunnilinga.
I'm gonna be riding hippogriffs.
Oh, go eat
time,
some
baby.
butter beer bacon or whatever the hell.
Slammed on butter beer, baby. We're going, baby.
That's gonna be it for the RGH podcast. I can't listen to this guy anymore. Thank you so much for watching. We had some good, greasy, juicy, spicy, I'm making up words now, topics, and great little viewership today. Thanks for coming to episode 46. We do this every Wednesday night. Every single one. Other than maybe one or two because of vacations. But for the most part, every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you follow us, hit that bell for the notification, and follow us on Twitter. And we're on Spotify, we're on Anchor. Anywhere you need us, we're there.
And click the code, or there should be a link in the description of this video at some point.
Yes.
Just go to manscaped.com, use code KackisHD20. Their stuff is great. Check it out. There you go.
Okay. I'm Mtashed.
I'm KackisHD.
And we will see you
True
soon,
Vanguard.
gamers.
Bro.
Oh, wait, I thought we were supposed to cut you off. Isn't that like the meme of this whole thing? I thought that was the thing. I thought I was supposed to do that.
Well, I will drop kick you in the teeth. You ever do that?
Kackis was looking at me like, cut him off.
I didn't say anything.
He was winking. Okay.
I didn't say do anything.
I'm Mtashed.
I'm KackisHD.
All right, we'll see you later.
I'm True Vanguard.
I will see you later.